welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and today I have a little bit of a setup. You may notice some difference for my background. I decided I just wanted to do something different than the plain white background. I was getting a little bored with that, and I've seen a few people's backgrounds in their videos where they have some type of either like a real wood tabletop, or which mine is real wood but it's painted white, but like you can actually see the wood grain, or they've got some kind of shiplap paper or something. And I love shiplap. We have shiplap in our home. It kind of fits I like a modern farmhouse kind of style. And so I just thought I would do something that maybe reflected a little bit more of my personality instead of just the plain white background. So we're going to give it a shot. It's a kind of a neat product. If I like it, I'll tell you about it, and you may be interested in using it for something that you need. Also, I do have a little bit different lighting setup. I added a light just to try to get rid of some of the shadow that you may notice that's kind of up in here due to a little shelf that I have sitting up here with some things on it that I have to reach for often. So bottom line, a little different. We'll see how it goes. I did a quick test video. It seemed to be okay, so we're going to go with it. And today I am rocking right along with prompts 23 and 24 in my October daily album for 2021. I am determined to finish this album this week. I'm claiming it. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you put on fast forward, and we'll get this one done. So let's do it. Okay, I'm going to lay everything out, and I ended up not doing anything I had on my sketch. They're very different. They kind of all went out the window, but that's okay. Sometimes when you get going and you've actually got your pictures and your papers, you just kind of get a little bit of a different inspiration, and that's what happened for both of these pages. So I've got this black spotty paper. It's from the Cute But Creepy. I think everything I use today is from Cute But Creepy, and it'll be linked below in the description box. And it's for best scary movies, or like worst that scared me the most. I don't really know how that title should be, but so I have this little cut file left from a previous project I didn't use, and I'm going to use it kind of as a tuck spot for these three movie pictures. And I just backed them with a piece of orange paper from a digital collection using my double-sided adhesive from scrapbook.com, which I always use on this matte photo paper, which I do all my printables on because it gives the absolute best result, in my opinion, much better than any cardstock I've tried. So I get this put down, and then a little bit later I look up and my camera is just off. It's not filming anymore. So I get this trimmed up and get the corners rounded off with my We Are Memory Keepers half-inch corner chomper, and there you go, it's gone. So what I did for the house is I just score taped kind of what would be like the bottom level of the house, like the first floor, and then left the middle and the top open. Like I said, it's not a true pocket, more of a tuck spot, but it's plenty to hold in those little photos. Then I wanted to do a hibba move and cut one of these pages in half. And I tried to pull over my little skinny trimmer thinking that I could make that work, but it was still not quite thin enough. So I just had to use my scissors. And I used this paper also, like I said, from Cute But Creepy. It was a large pumpkin print for a 12 by 12 paper. I shrank it down like to a 6 by 6, copy pasted, shrank all of that down for like grouped it all together, shrank it down, copy pasted. So I ended up with this very small print. And I just think that a smaller print helps multiple photos pop off the paper better. They don't get lost. So that's why I did that. But the print is beautiful. I would love to use it in another project just in full size. The pumpkins have like little florals and leaves and things, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful print. And I chose it because even though I turned all of my photos black and white, they still kind of had a bit of like a peachy undertone, and so I thought it just went well with the tones in this paper. And I did my photos black and white because there was every color under the sun represented. And so I knew black and white would be the way to go for this one. And I don't know if I mentioned, but it's called our fall travel habit. Because we realized that we were going somewhere just about every October, not really planning it, but that's just kind of what happened for many years. So I thought I would document that as something just a little different, but something that, often happens in October. And I went ahead in Photoshop and put where we were and the month and the year so that that would be kind of serves as just a very light form of journaling. And so there are photos either of us on a plane or, standing with like the state sign behind us or Biltmore behind us or the beach behind us or whatever. So it's pretty obvious that we're traveling. All right, so I cut that paper in half and then I cut my digital pattern paper down and used it to do the front and back of that little half piece. And then I used the same pattern and the same size print for the background of the other page. And I'm using my powder tool. Sometimes when I cut off the leftover edges where there's score tape, it's still a little sticky. It's hard to get that off. So I'll often just grab my powder tool over and take care of that. So trimming up a little more, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started adhering down all 6 of these photos. And so they go in chronological order across the top and then going down across the bottom. And I like that you can, see the 2 pictures when the title piece is closed, that little flap, and then you can lift it up and see all 6 photos. So I like that. I enjoyed doing that, and I will probably do that in some other of this type of format album, which is a Heidi Swap Storyline Chapters album. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos in my October daily playlist, that is what I'm using, and she is getting very, very chunky. I'm hoping she's going to hold up for these last few days that I've got to put in there. And so once I get these into place, then I'm going to pull over my numbers and you'll hear at the end again, but I actually put the numbers down in the wrong order. I guess because I did the right side first, I just grabbed the 23 because 23 comes first. I guess that's what my mind was thinking. And so they end up being backwards, but I'm not even going to try to fix it. It's not that big of a deal. And then once I get, well, first, once I make my decision on the circles that I'm going to use from the Reset Girl that I've had in my stash for a long time, I'll get those numbers put in place, and that finishes me up for today. So I'll be back to talk to you in just a second. Okay, I'm calling these 2 done right here. I kept this one pretty simple. I already had this little cut file from when I was doing, I think maybe, yeah, I had cut it out thinking I might use it on this day, and I ended up not because it just wouldn't work for the kind of fold down that I was using. So I already had it, and I just picked 3 movies. I started off with a bigger list, and I thought, yeah, I'll just go with 3. So I don't know necessarily that I would call them the best, but they definitely scared me a lot, and that was The Exorcist, The Shining, and then Alien was very scary to me. Very scary, creepy, just didn't really enjoy that one too much. And so I just score taped around the bottom so that these could kind of tuck in, not a full pocket, but enough to hold them in there. And, oh, you know what? Oh, I can tell it's getting to the end of this album. Bless my little heart. I put my numbers backwards. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So for this one, our fall travel habit, we realized a few years ago that almost every October we have traveled somewhere, typically by plane or long car ride. Just it seems to work out that way. A couple of Septembers, a November thrown in there, but so I documented 6 of the more recent ones. So we have from Bon Secour, Alabama. I think this was actually at Orange Beach, but we have family. Olin has a cousin that lives in Bon Secour, actually on the, oh, it's like a little inlet. I'm not sure what you call it, but like it runs right out to the ocean, and they have major flood and hurricane damage when there's hurricanes there in that area, and they've had to repair their home a couple of times. So they're right there on the water, but not necessarily at the beach. And then New Orleans in 2016, and then we did a cruise in 2017 from Miami, Key West, and Cozumel. We were in Washington, D.C. in November of 2019, so that one was a little later. In September of 2020, we went down to Orlando, Florida, and I've got something sticky there. I'll have to work on that. And then just a few weeks ago, we went to Asheville, North Carolina, the Maggie Valley area, Waynesville, did Biltmore and all of that. I also realized I forgot to punch these to clip those off. So let's do that real quick while we're finishing up here. My goodness. So I hope you enjoyed the video with all its crazy little nuances here at the end. And if you did, I would love a thumbs up down below. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would certainly appreciate you doing that and becoming a part of my little YouTube family. And I appreciate you stopping by today more than you will ever know. I'd also love for you to follow me over on Instagram. I post lots of things over there, and I'd just love to have you as part of my Instagram family as well. So if you have a time of the year where you normally travel, I know for many people it's probably summertime, especially if you have children that are, out of school at that time. Let me know, is there a certain time of the year or a certain place that you always go to, no matter what time of the year it is? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a little conversation about it. And until I see you in the next video, take care of yourself, do something good for yourself, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.